welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for getting me to 100 subscribers. I'm so happy and grateful, and I appreciate you all so much. I pray that the universe fulfills all your desires, and dreams. So yeah, today's video, as you can tell from the title, it's how I manifested my dream school and good grades, bro. Hey, manifestation is real, and as a man thinketh, so he is. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. So I was around 11 to 12 years old. I'm not quite sure. So I've only been into public schools all my life. Not two public schools, hey, two primary schools, only two primary schools. So the first one, which I got there since baby class, I was there since baby class. It was a public school, of course. It was a public school. And so it was a public school. So I remember my cousin was taken to a boarding school, was transferred from that school. We were there together and taken to a boarding school. And I used to go to, every time nilikuwa naenda visitings zake, I used to go for her visitings in school. And let me tell you, the way we used to go with snacks, food in that school, and the kind of attention and love she used to get, that's what I wanted. I didn't know how boarding schools are. So I remember I really wanted now to be in that school after I saw all the snacks. She was being bored. And mind you, at that time we were like, I'm from a humble background, yeah. Kitambo, we were, we didn't have as much, so there are things that I hadn't even tasted, that I used to see her anapelekewa snacks and all the food during visiting days. And you know what, I wanted the same for myself. Plus I just wanted, I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be in that standard. I'm in a private boarding school and stuff. You know how it goes when you're from a public school. And then you know how it is when people kuna kwanga na hizo, standards. People who are in public schools, private schools, boarding schools, and all that. So I really wanted to go. And so my sister at the time, she was good. She used to tell me, I'm gonna transfer you, sis. Don't worry, I'll transfer you. So this is what she used to do to me. She used to tell me, I'll transfer you next time. What did I used to do? Nilikuwa naenda and tell people how I'm gonna be transferred. Next time you're not going to see me. Alafu next time inafika. And maybe my sister hakuwa amejipanga fiti, so I had to go back to the school. So you can imagine the shame of going back to a school that you told everyone you're not going to be coming back next time and stuff. And it happened for like 3 times. Another time my sister told me, I'm going to transfer you, but she never did. So I went back to school. After I told people, no, this time it's for real, I'm going to transfer. I go and tell people, oversharing, yeah? So people are waiting for me to transfer. The next time comes, I come back to school. And it was so embarrassing, you guys. Oh my God, I used to be so embarrassed. Because I told them I'm going to transfer. And then I come back to school. So they're like, girl, you... uko na muongo, we ni muongo sana. So it used to be so frustrating and embarrassing for me. And as a child, when you're promised something, you always thinking about it and waiting for it to happen. And I used to tell people, I'm gonna transfer. And I never used to transfer. So they used to laugh at me when I go back to school. It used to be so embarrassing. And I just used to feel bad. And at the same time, I'm still going for visitings to my cousin's school. So you can imagine how bad I was feeling, you guys. Hey, I was feeling so bad at the time, and I really just wanted to be transferred. I didn't know how it was. Let me tell you guys, I didn't know how boarding school was, how hard it was, but I just wanted to go because there's what I expected. I had my own expectations, and I thought life is awesome in boarding school. You sleep in school, you're eating in school. Plus I wanted to be eating in school because I was used to carrying my own food in the previous school that I was in. So let me tell you, The last time my sis told me she's gonna transfer me, I went and told people, of course. So, from the feeling of embarrassment and feeling bad that bado si transfer away, and feeling bad every time I go to my cousin's visiting and I see how she's being treated and I wanna be treated the same, how she was being treated when she came home from school. Like people were treating her like kind of special because she was in boarding school. They haven't seen her, so I wanted the same treatment also. Not just the snacks. I wanted the same treatment also. So yeah. So, and this is what now drove me to manifesting my dreams. But I didn't know what I was doing, of course. So due to those feelings, I was feeling so bad, frustrated, and just I was just tired and done with it, done with waiting for when I'm gonna be transferred. So this is what I started to do. See, every night when I go to bed, I used to now start imagining me in that school because I had seen already how it looks. So I remember I used to imagine myself in that school, passing. I just used to view myself. I'm gonna be either position 1, 2, or 3. That's where I used to visualize myself performing really well. And I also wanted to be a prefect, of course. The drill in Raima, everyone wants to be a prefect, even in high school. And in the school that I was never a prefect, so I wanted to be a prefect in this now new boarding school. Yeah. And yeah, so in that so I now every night I used to imagine myself in that school. Every night when I go to sleep, when I go to bed, that's what now I used to do. Visualize myself in that school, becoming a top 3. And I also imagine myself being a prefect. And I just imagined favor upon me in that school, people looking up to me. I just wanted to be the main character. I wanted to fit in and to be seen as that girl in that school. And that's all I used to visualize every single night when I go to bed. That's what I used to visualize every single night until it happened, you guys. So yeah, the day came when I was to be transferred for real now. And I remember that time my sister-in-law just called me and told me, girl, we're gonna go to your, not called me, came and got me from home, and we went to school to clear out the balance so that you can get the recommendation letter and stuff. And of course, finally I was transferred to my dream school. So when I went there, hey, it was hard. It was hard at first. Kwanza, I used to shrub as hell. I was from a public school in Ushago. Hey, sahi nimeenda boarding school, bro, kwa ma rich kid and cool kids. Hey, it was so hard for me at first. And I remember I never used to talk. Because I didn't want to, shrub. I didn't want people to laugh at me. But I eventually did. And I actually got a nickname from shrubbing. You remember that advert ya Faimba? Actually, people used to call me Faimba because there's a time I talked like that man. Ule Mkikuyu. Kwa hiyo advert alikuwa anaongea hivyo na hiyo accent ya Kikuyu. I remember there's something I said and they gave me that nickname, Faimba, because I used to, shrub. And I shrubbed one time. This one time I stood up and said, "Ai, nasikia kurara." Guy, I forgot. That's what I was used to saying in my previous school. And let me tell you, they laughed at me. The people that are around me. And some guy gave me that nickname, Faimba. And Anyway, can you guys... So now, when I went to the school... So remember I was visualizing to become top 3, a prefect in the school, of course, yeah. So I was visualizing myself in the school, becoming top 3, and also as a prefect, So when I went to this school and I was taken to a class, I can remember very well. It was 7 North. So when I was in this class, I went to the washrooms, and when I came back, I found that these people had chosen me to be the prefect. In like a week after I transferred in that school, in like the first week, I was already a prefect. Yeah. And yeah, they made me a prefect. That's manifestation number 1 came true. In a week of going into that school, you guys. They chose me when I was out, When I was in the washrooms, I found that they had chosen me to be the prefect because I guess no one wanted to be a prefect. And me being a newcomer, they thought, let's just say her and she's out of class, I'm a prefect now, yeah. And mind you guys, I was the only girl prefect, class prefect, and that was nice. I was feeling myself at the time. I loved being a prefect. I was a cool prefect, of course, Miss Mtiaji. So um after that, now the studies. And at first it was not that good. I used to get my 310, 320, 330s, and I used to be like number I guy there's a time I was even in our class. I was the almost the last one. The first term I used to be uko mwisho, but but in my school I was used to being the top, but in this school nimepata wengine. I found other more brighter people, of course, but in my school I was one of the best kids, of course. I was one of the best students, of course. Or I used to be like at position from 10, top 10. I just used to be top 10, and if I fail much I would be top 15. And so when I came to this school, of course, the first time was tough. And you guys, I got a boyfriend who was so bright. And that time I used to get nini. I used to fail. I was not nini passing. The first terms I was just, nilikuwa huko chini. And I remember I used to meet this guy because I used to have dates in class 7, you guys. Hey, I used to go on dates, you guys. I used to receive some letters on my locker and flowers. I used to find flowers and letters in my locker. After class in boarding school, where you go and shower and then come back to class and stuff, or you go shower and then supper and then you come back to class. So when I used to come back to class, I used to find letters. And me, I was an overachiever. So of course, after bathing and showering, I used to come back to class. So yeah, and I remember he really motivated me to read, because every time we used to meet, he used to ask me, what did you get? And I will tell him, and he will be the top or the second one in class, in our whole class. And I remember I used to feel so bad, I have such a bright boyfriend, and mimi huku hey. Mi huku nashikilia mkia bana. Anyway, I remember in class 7, second term is when it all began. I don't know where this motivation came from. I think it's from the I don't know, but that's why I'm telling you guys, manifestation ni fiti, because it puts you, when you manifest, the universe is gonna arrange things to work in your favor, to work in your manifestation. Things that you thought you will never do, the universe will help you and give you the courage to do them. So I started reading in second term. I really started putting in the work. I would shower quickly, come back and read. I got this energy, and I didn't know where it came from. This motivation and push and discipline, I don't know where it came from, but I used to push myself and do it and read, because I was from a public school. It was like I was teaching myself again. It's like I was teaching myself syllabus from class 1, okay, class 4, 5, 6, 6. I was teaching myself those 3 years, because how public schools are. They don't teach. They just don't teach people well. Yani wanakuanga tu mchezo shule. So I remember in my second term, I started doing the work. I started now having this crazy motivation. I don't know where it was coming from. I started reading more. I started I started, using my time better and reading more and understanding what I didn't know, and putting in the work. And at class 7, of course, I got improvements. I started doing better and better and better, and I started now being among the top 10s in class 7. And in class 8, that's when things now blew, you guys. Hey, I started performing. I started now being top 3 every single time. Top 3, and I started performing so well. Now even the teachers recognized me. I was still a prefect in class 8. People really believed in me. People used to come for advice from me, asking what they what I do. And now my dreams and desires came true. And I only realized that I manifested everything like when I was in like high school. That's when I realized, damn, I manifested all that. When I was doing it, I didn't know what I was doing. And I started performing well, so well. I remember that time only one girl was stopping, and now when I started, now we were two of us competing. We were competing with this girl, and of course I finished with a very good marks from that school. And yeah, it worked. The manifestation worked, you guys. Yeah? Visualize your dreams and desires every day you go to sleep. Every time when you're falling asleep, always visualize your dreams and desires. Always visualize, manze. That manifestation technique is one of the best. It's one of the best, and I've experienced it. I've given you a story. I did it and I didn't know what I was doing, you know. And I've done it so many times. And I will tell you, there are things that I'm waiting. There are some things that I'm waiting to happen, or I nini. Okay, what do I wanna say? Like, there's more. I've manifested so many other things with this technique, and I will tell you more because I want to make another video about manifestation and manifestation techniques. So I want to make a whole video about manifestation techniques. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I will, elaborate more and tell you more about my experiences and how the manifestations that I've used and the manifestations that have worked. And yeah, always visualize your dreams and desires before you go to sleep. Kabla uzime, when you start feeling sleepy, that's the time. Put your phone away, put everything away, and now start visualizing your dreams and desires as now you fall asleep. That is the best. That's a very good way and a good technique to manifest your dreams and desires. I did it and it happened. That's how powerful your mind is. That's how powerful your mind is, you guys. And yeah, guys, I think that's all for this video. It's gonna be short, but I think that's all. So yeah, I manifested my my dreams and desires, and it happened. And hey, sasa high school, ndo now I started using my power against me, you guys. You want to hear the story of high school? Hey, high school I manifested very bad things because I was so negative, manze. I was so negative and hyperfixated on the negative, but that's a video for another day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking and supporting me. Make sure you share the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.